Hi, this is Majin. Here's my review for the anime 3x3 Eyes. This is the first volume of the two-volume set, and it contains the first 4 episodes, and it's actually the first, I guess you can say, the first story arc. In Japan, this came out, I believe, in 1995, and it was referred to as an OVA or an OAV, which basically means a video that goes straight to, or anime that went straight to video. It doesn't have the same stigma as it has in the United States, where a movie goes to it's straight to DVD. The OVAs were basically designed where you can have a higher budget, shorter episode count, and it would go straight to video. So you didn't have to worry about it going to TV. Often, you'd have a little bit more violence, things like that. With 3x3 Eyes, it's kind of like a monsterish type story. The main character's name is Yakumo, and he basically works as a waitress, quote unquote, in a drag restaurant. It's not his preference, it's just what he does to make money. His dad was I believe, like a professor or archaeologist type person, and he, of course, like pretty much all Japanese parents, leave their kid at home alone while they go to high school, while they go off caravanning around the world. Well, anyways, the father met a young girl named Pi. Now, Pi isn't by all means young. This is Pi right here. She is, I believe they said she's like a 400-year-old creature, I guess you can say. They're called Sengians. They basically have like the third eye, and they're incredibly powerful beings. Now, what happens is Pi is told by Yakumo's father that for taking care of me, I was supposed to make you human, or help you become a human being. And because the father died, he tells her, "Don't worry, my son will help you." So she goes off to Japan looking for Yakumo. And purely by accident, they meet, and her pet Takui kills Yakumo very bloodily. And so, naturally, with her only hope to become human is gone, she resurrects him into a zombie, and their adventure begins. Now, what's unusual about this relationship is Yakumo kind of likes Pi, but Pi doesn't understand necessarily the relationship dynamics between boyfriend and girlfriend. And to make things even more complicated, Pi has a more adult, evil type self. And that's what you see right on the cover. That version looks at Yakumo as a slave. And there's a little bit of cunning, too, because there's a part where the adult version of Pi is talking to a girl that Yakumo knows, and you can tell she's purposely saying certain things to kind of push buttons. So there's a little bit more to it than just that kind of like a slave relationship. In a nutshell, Yakumo is there to help protect her, and when they fight other demons and creatures and things like that. Now, the first story here is, like I said, the journey revolves around a statue, and the statue is supposed to basically make Pi a human. It goes through various hands, there's some battling, and eventually it ends with a huge explosive type ending where Pi goes missing. Now, that's all I'm gonna say there, but because I don't want to spoil it more than that, and then it leads right into the second volume, which I'll review later. Overall, I thought the story was really, really good. It's a different type of storytelling than what you would see today. The animation quality is a bit older, so it takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's a decent overall story that's not hampered by today's basic, the certain stereotypes or the certain types of stories that they're telling now, where you have to have so much panty shots, you have to have so much boobs or anything like that. It's taken from a totally different time, and in a way, I look at it as a breath of fresh air, because it's different. And it didn't take me that long to get used to the animation again. Now, Another thing about this is there's a dub and a sub. Surprisingly, the dub isn't half bad. You know, when I would flip back and forth between dubs and subs, and then I can tell where they went off on their own little way on the dubbing, and instead of saying the more direct translation. And I will say the voice of Pi between the dub and the sub is completely different. It's almost like a night and day type sound, and I wish they got it a little bit more closer to what Pi really sounded like. But it would have probably been almost impossible for them to find somebody just like that back then when this DVD came out. As you can see, this came out originally by Genion, and Genion's no longer in existence. So I guess where I'm going at in terms of the dubbing is, if you don't like dubbing, the current dubbing, this might be a little better for you just because these are original voice actors. This is like basically one of the first wave of voice actors. And you don't get Crispin Freeman, you don't get, gosh, now I can't remember all their names, but you know what I mean. It's all those guys. This is like a whole new cast for you. Now, this DVD here is 120 minutes, like I said, it's the first 4 volumes. And here's what it looks like inside. You get the reply card, which will pretty much get you nowhere nowadays. There's a Ergo Proxy card, and they're talking about the Genion exclusive club. You got the CD here, but what I thought was kind of cool, and this is mostly why I opened it up for you guys, is it comes with another cover. So this way you can flip it and then whichever version you like. Here's Yakumo, and here's Pi, and as you can see, there's some monsters. There's another zombie guy here, and this guy was more of a badass type person versus Yakumo. Totally different league. Now, if you're looking for something different, if you like scary stuff, I would definitely recommend it. Just because, like I said, it's a painless watch. There's a lot of there's some violence, there's some monsters, there's some blood, and it's an interesting storyline. Volume 2 takes it in a slightly different direction than the beginning, so but I won't spoil that. That'll be another video. So if you have any comments or questions, let me know, and then rate the video up or down. Let me know what you think. And oops, if I can figure out how to put this thing back in here, I'll have more reviews up later. So until next time.